Good afternoon, all of you. I am Lopamudra Bose, a teacher by profession. Today I am going to start the new chapter 5 of class 9, the fundamental unit of life, cell. Before starting this session, I would like to thank Byju's for giving me the opportunity to present this demo class. As students, you have already studied in your previous classes that cell is the functional and structural unit of life. Now, cells are very tiny structures which joins together to form a living organism. In this class, you are going to study in details the structure and functions of the cell and also the different kinds of cells like the animal cells, the plant cells, and even the microorganisms. In this session, I would like to give you the basis of history, brief history. I would like to give you the brief history of how the scientists of the 17th and the 18th century discovered the cell, the plant and the animal cells, and the various small organelles inside the cell, and gradually formulated the postulates of cell theory. In the year 1665, Robert Hooke, an English physicist, discovered the structure of cell. He was studying or observing the slice of a cork. Now, what is a cork? A cork is a thin layer of the bark of a tree. He took a slice of bark under his self-made microscope and saw that the structures resembles like honeycomb. Now, all of you must be knowing what a honeycomb is. Honeycomb is the house of the honeybee. They sit in each rooms and make honey for us. When Robert Hooke saw this structure of cork, it resembled like the honeycomb. So he named it as cell from the Latin word cellula, which means tiny or little rooms. The discovery of cell was very important because it indicated for the first time that the living organisms consisted of number of smaller structures or units. Cells are too small to be seen with our naked eyes. So the microscope was required to see the cells. In 1674, Anton van Leeuwenhoek, a Dutch microscopist, made an improved microscope. And using this microscope, he discovered that living cells are present in pond water for the first time. Gradually, the other scientists, Robert Brown, J.E. Purkinje, studied the different plant and animal cells and discovered the cell organelles like the nucleus and protoplasm, etc. In 1838, Jacob M. Schedler, a German botanist, first proposed the idea of that all plants consist of cells. A year later, in 1839, Theodor Swan, a German zoologist, independently asserted that all animals and plants are made up of small structures called cells. These discoveries gave the basis of cell theory. The cell theory was further refined by the German biologist R. Virchow and gave the following postulates. Number one, all organisms are composed of cells and cell product. For example, the secretions. All metabolic reactions takes place in cells. Thus, cells are structural and functional units of life. All cells arise from pre-existing cells. No cell can originate spontaneously but comes into being only by division of already existing cells. Fourth postulate is every organism starts its life with a single cell, as a single cell, except for viruses, which is an exception. Now, in my next session, I would be discussing the cell theory in details and why cell is known as the functional and structural unit of life. Thank you.